Hello, Battletech fans. Welcome back to another Battletech Heavy Metal mech review. And today we take on the Warhammer. Yes, we finally get the Warhammer back. We get to play with it finally. And it's going to be so much fun to review this. I can't wait to get into it. But before I do, just to clarify one thing. So with the Warhammer, it comes with the 1.8 patch. So it does not come with the DLC, but it comes with the 1.8 patch, which HBS plans on releasing with Heavy Metal DLC. So you don't have to buy the Heavy Metal DLC to get the Warhammer and the Marauder. So both those mechs come with the patch. So you don't have to have the Heavy Metal DLC. You just have to have the Battletech base game. So very cool. All right, so let's get into this. So the Warhammer, finally we get to play it. So the Warhammer has 2 PPCs, 1 SRM6, 2 medium lasers, 2 small lasers, and 2 machine guns. Not a bad layout, but I guess my only concern with that layout would be the machine guns. Now, with most base models I've seen in Battletech, it's machine gun ammo is usually stored in the center torso. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be the case with the Warhammer, but if anyone does know, please put in the comments below, and so we can kind of figure out how we can strategize around it, and maybe think about it a little bit further. So I would appreciate that if you guys have any information on that. That'd be awesome. So let's get into it. So the Warhammer is going to be a great mech to have, and I think it's going to be a must-have in anyone's lance. And I'll tell you why. Because of its quirk. Its quirk has a pretty good buff to the mech. So its quirk is pretty much a capacitor. So the capacitor is it's pretty much in the mech itself, and what it does is increases damage for energy weapons by 20%. That's enormous. It's an enormous amount of damage to have increase. So let's just take a PPC for example, 50 damage. Now it's 60 damage. So you can see where this is going. Medium laser is now from 25 damage to now 30 damage. That is a significant increase. So my warning to you guys, because I feel like this is going to be a really good AI mech to face, so you're going to have a challenge with this, is make sure you're in cover, because taking 120 damage from 2 PPCs is not going to be a good time. So if you see a 70-ton blip on your map, I would highly suggest making sure that you are in cover at the very least. So with that being said, what is this viability mid-game and late game? So I think the mid-game, it's got a higher viability chance, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but I think it's going to be one of the top 5 mechs for its heavyweight class, alongside the Grasshopper, Orion, and now the Marauder as well. I think it's going to be right up there because of its quirk, because of its damage, and its pretty much base layout. It's going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty darn good. So it's up there. So you might want to have that mech you might want to acquire it as soon as you can. And in the late game, it is also a pretty good viability to be used. So let's talk about some things about the PPC. So the PPC in general, now it's increased its damage, right? So now let's say we put some Lost Tech PPCs on this mech. Now, instead of just having just damage, now you have stability damage if you wanted, right? So now I feel like this is where players are most likely going to go down if they want to use PPCs, is increased stab damage. So increased stab damage is going to be huge, especially for players who like to play the stability damage game, where they have multiple mechs that create massive amounts of stability damage and knock down their enemy mechs. This will be the mech for you. But in any regards, I think it's going to be the the base variant anyways that most people are going to want to play with, or at least have those types of PPCs on it, because let's face it, you already have pretty much plus 10 damage on this PPC anyways, so it's like having plus damage and plus stab damage all roll into one. That's big. That's really, really big. So that is a severe, it is a definite increase in power for a mech. So yeah, for a mid-game play, for a mid-game mech, it's definitely going to be a very viable mech to want to have in your lance, for sure. And in the late game as well, you can, I've actually thought about it, like what I would do with it, and I kind of feel like putting large lasers on it, just for the increased accuracy, and then, having accuracy bonus, then having plus, probably plus 5 or 10 damage onto the large laser, and then having a pile with breaching shot. You can do some serious headhunting. So there is that. So that's pretty much what I would do with the Warhammer as of right now. But having the SRM6 on, like its standard layout is not bad. I guess my only question is, what is its heat? Well, it's not my only question, but what is its heat going to be like? How is it gonna run hot? I feel like it's gonna run hot a lot. So obviously you want to switch off from your PPCs as you get closer to your opponent, and so on and so forth. Now, with the addition of snub PPCs, that's another thing. Maybe you can make this mech into a brawler. That would be a fun little variant to play with. So making this mech into a brawling mech would be a lot of fun. So yeah, so there's a lot of customizations that players can make with this mech, I feel, and it's going to be a mech that it's going to be fielded a lot in everyone's lance. So I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of Warhammers and Marauders running around for the next couple months after the Heavy Metal DLC is released. So get used to it, guys. You're going to see a lot of them in the YouTube videos for sure. So, and heck, I'm not going to complain about it. So yeah, that's going to be my Warhammer 6R review. I feel like, again, mid-game, 9 out of 10. Late game, probably around an 8 out of 10. And an overall 8.5 out of 10 for this mech. So it's a serious, it's a really good mech to play with. And it's a mech that you would want to have in your lance. So yeah, that's going to be my review for the Warhammer. Let me know in the comments below what you would do with the Warhammer, how you would implement into your own lance. And yes, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit a rating button, and just let me know in the comments what you thought of the video. And last but not least, I want to thank all of my 22 subscribers. Thank you so much for the support that you guys have given me, and also everyone who's leaving comments, contributing to the community that we're building here, and also people leaving ratings and likes and dislikes and everything. It just helps me grow my channel, and I really do appreciate everyone's input. It's been an amazing ride. I started in early October, and it's just been a lot of fun. And I guess I have to make another subscriber goal, so this will be the video that I'm going to announce it in. So yeah, my new subscriber goal is going to be 30, and we currently sit at 22, so we're pretty much 8 away from that. So if you're new here, once we reach that subscriber goal, I will release a bonus episode in my career mode playthrough, and I'll link it in the description below, so go check that out. So thank you guys once again. I really do appreciate the support. I really do. And I want to keep on creating amazing content for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.